Coming from a secular worldview, when the idea of giving monetarily came up, I was super against it. Even though I had enjoyed coming to church and I was getting on board with the idea of Jesus and giving my life to Him, the idea of giving my finances to Him was not on my radar. It took me a very long time to wrap my head around that idea, and eventually I did. And we started giving and tithing and serving, and we haven't wanted for anything.
We embrace the idea of giving and giving hilariously because that is what's been shown to us in the scriptures. God owns it all anyway. The cattle in the hills is all His. And when you understand that you are a servant of those funds that come into your household, then you are going to be easier in making decisions. What does the Lord, ask of me or ask of us when it comes to making decisions like that? So that's why it is just natural. It becomes natural after a while. And then when you see the blessings come, then it becomes like an adventure. It's fun.
As our faith has grown, we see the amazing things that Grace is doing in our community, it just makes us want to give more and more. More of our time, more of our resources, and even though we had job challenges and financial challenges in 2020, who didn't, we just really believed that God would have our back, and He did.
In giving, I've learned to be stretched. When I thought I would feel empty, it's the opposite. It's a fulfilling, it's a filling up of, when you're giving.
You can't outgive God, and that it's good to be stretched, I feel like we learn so much more outside of our comfort zones than we do in.
When you give to the church, it multiplies, not just with what we're doing in the community, but it multiplied in our own lives and in our own hearts to help us get where we needed to go. And God took care of us financially the whole time.
Trust had to come into the conversation. And, my husband is a giver. He would give everything away. And so I had to learn to trust him as he trusts God. And it's worked for us.
God meets you where you are, but He doesn't leave you where you are. And the same's true in giving for us. We felt compelled to give a little at the beginning of our time at Grace to test that and see. And God's repeatedly shown up in that, but He's moved us beyond that to the point where we can fully trust Him, not just with our finances, but with those extra times and periods where we're giving more and feeling stretched. We know God's in those moments. And that's kind of cool too, to see how our family's grown through those periods of kind of financial uncertainty, but also excitement through the faith building.